Hi there. Here is my final video. In this video I'm going to explain you about my growths, about my weaknesses and strengths, looking to the personal leadership, investigative capacity, entrepreneurship and creativity. I would start with personal leadership because that's one of the things that I've actually learned. I've started to grow more skin. I've started to um, be easier with like giving my opinion to others because I always used to be more shy. I always wanted to be the person who keeps the group together, and I want to be happy. And during my Lisbon time, I figured that there were a lot of emotions, a lot of insecurities, and for me, Lisbon has been one of the most emotional periods of my life. Um, just by walking against the mirror and really seeing like your weaknesses and what you're good at and what you're not good at, and a lot of insecurities. But within the group process, there was this one time that we had communication design, which we have to do in a group, and kind of the leader went away. She went away for like a week because she had this opportunity for her to present her project to very big names in the design world. And I figured when we were actually in the place of school and we had to do, we had to continue our project. Not a lot of the other people that were like three other students were not really paying any attention to the classes. We're not doing anything, didn't do any homework. And then it just started to get like a little bit angry, like, okay, we're not going to do this. We're going to actually continue the project. So I started to kind of take the lead, started to make a planning, started to send out like, hey guys, we need to do this, this, and that. And I kind of didn't like the bullshit thing anymore of like, no, I'm sorry, I've been busy. And so in that sense, I started to take on the lead, and I think that's been very good for me. But if I really look on personal leadership, I think it's also in the house that I've developed a lot. I live with 14 people, which included one of them was pretty tough. And I started to come up for myself. I was like, okay, I'm not going to accept every single joke because some of them were very downsizing me. So yeah, in personal leadership, I think I've grown a lot. I've gotten more skin, I've gotten stronger, and yeah, I think I've shown that. I've had the balls to just stand up and go to the teacher, explain things, and say like, hey, this is what I want to do. Is this okay? And yeah, they were very open for that. They were actually very encouraging towards taking your own personal leadership. If it comes to my second one, the investigative capacity, I did not know a lot about Illustrator, about working with the design rules, with printing things, and I don't mean just printing an A4, but I mean printing your box you're gonna use for your books, because we had to create a books. We had to create book covers, a logo, and we had to create the box that surrounded it, so like the packaging, and we really had to think all through. Like, for an example, I've never used Illustrator. I use sometimes Photoshop, but just for little things, not really like the Illustrator, not making any designs, not designing in general, just putting things together. And I really had to like ask other people, can you help me with this, or how do I do this? And in that sense, I've been very investigating in how to do these things. It's not that I've learned a lot of like new ways to do investigation, no, but I had to figure out a lot of things. Also, if you look at what we needed to do with our courses, there were a lot of problems with the courses. We had to do a lot of research of what the courses were because there was no explanation anywhere. And yeah, we really had to dig deep to get the end results that we had at the moment that we gotten. But yeah, in that sense, we had to do a lot of investing. Also to know the city. There were a lot of things you needed to do to figure out where to go, who to talk to. The rules that were like, if you want to go out, there were rules for tourists not being allowed. How should I act? Yeah. So not in professional sense, but more, no, a little bit professional, but more in general life. As it comes to entrepreneurship, I would have to say we needed to create our own brand, so you kind of made your own company, but they didn't really push it as far as we had to present it to any other entrepreneurs, investors. So it like, yeah, I would not say we did a lot of entrepreneurship level. So it was like doing your own thing, doing your own brand, being creative in your own sense, but not really doing anything that was really, really, how do you say it? Focus on entrepreneurship. No, we went to like several events where we could see other entrepreneurs and learn from them just by writing things down, but not really doing it yourself, just the pitching part and the presenting and the creating itself. But then I come to creativity, which is the other thing that I did, and that was actually all my study was creating your own little pieces of design, of pictures, of logos, and I've never done that. So in that sense, I would say I've grown a lot. If I would say that, I cannot say I think that I'm like super, super good at it, but I could not do anything before this. I didn't know anything about the creative design rules or anything. And I made, like, I think I'm pretty proud of what I made, like the magazines I made, the pictures I took. There was a lot of process, creative thinking, what am I gonna do, mood boards, Pinterest, anything, and also like getting everything done. So like making the videos I had to do, and it was a pretty long and big process. But I definitely say with the communication design, visual design, fashion and photography, the classes I had, yeah, I was very creative. So I think in all of the things, of the 4 different elements, I think I've grown the most in personal leadership, being who you are, standing straight, and accepting that not everyone's gonna like you, and sometimes you have to take the lead, because if you want to get something done, you need to be a little bit more harsh. That was for me, like, getting more skin was a really tough thing to do, but I think I've gotten more. And the other thing was the creativity. I've always been creative, but I've never been able to visualize things that much, and now I had to do it. So I think I've grown a lot, and yeah, I'm pretty proud of that, even though they didn't offer a lot. So yeah, I think that was my final video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope I've given you as much insights as I could. Yeah, bye.